Yeah. There we go. So yeah, this is probably one of the first things I bought in the last year when I signed up to do this. Was this knife, and there were a couple of other things, but I use this frequently, like daily.
Well,
or at least when I'm actually making food.
The
So
self-sharpening thing is a great.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's still protective too. So, you know, I don't have to worry about either me or anybody else grabbing it and hurting themselves with it. But it really has been really good and steady. And, you know, I have a sharpening rod, but I haven't ever needed to use it. And like I said, it is a ceramic covered steel blade. So that's kind of cool. It makes it very easy to clean. So, and they have all sorts of sizes and all the different types and that type of thing. So I wanted to mention that. I am going to put a little side note here, not necessarily for you, but anybody else who's listening to this. If I don't sell $20 by the end of the month, then I'm not able to be a Pampered Chef rep. So if anybody out here is listening to this and they want to get something inexpensive, I'd sure appreciate it. I don't usually resort to emotional bribery, but I get some really good perks out of doing this, like discounts on so many of my products. So I want to keep that up. So anyway, that being said, so I have used this I chopped an onion and about 4 large things of carrots and about 4 stalks of celery. And then I also have sliced up, I don't have this on my bowl, but I have sliced up some mushrooms. It's just one of those 8-ounce packages. It's cheaper to buy them not sliced. And of course, you know, I watch my budget like everybody else. And then
well, the other thing is it's probably fresher to slice them yourself than for them to
because
in the fridge.
They don't have all that surface cover that's exposed. They'll get slimier if you buy them already sliced. So anyway, another tip for the day. Anyway, so what I'm going to be doing is taking a tablespoon of coconut oil and putting it in my soup pot. This is not Pampered Chef. This is probably 20 years old. You know, right now it works. Sorry, I know that glare is something. I don't know what else to do.
Maybe next time an extension cord, if you've got to be plugged in.
Yeah, but the problem, I thought about that, but the problem is the extension cord would have to go across my stove. And that may not be, OSHA may frown on that. So anyway, so I've got that in there to kind of melt down a bit. And then I sliced the chicken into strips, but I'm gonna I don't think here you go. I'm gonna cube them because it's for soup. And some of this is for us, and then there's a couple that I know that are moving soon, and so they're focusing on that. And so I thought, well, I can bring this to them so they don't, that's one less thing they have to worry about.
Oh, how nice of you to do that.
Well, once in a while it happens.
Well, I'm gonna turn off my sound and video, but I am with you. I'm just moving to my kitchen.
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
But I'm with you. I am with you.
All right. I'm with you too. I'm just sitting here cutting up and cubing up while the coconut oil is melting. So that's for the purpose of the recording. I almost feel like I should have Christmas music playing.
I gotta laugh.
How's
Yeah.
that?
Oh, the Christmas music. I was laughing at you.
Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, I should have done that. I don't do much baking. One, because I'd be the one eating it. And I sure don't need help in that direction. I don't know if you watched, hello, Catherine. I don't know if you watched the, did you get last month's cleaning during the holidays guide?
I think so.
Okay, so I did a show to go along with that. And at the very end of it, I did a part of the PowerPoint was on the best foods for each of the sun signs. And and so I think Beatrice was on that call and she's like, yep, that's about as accurate as it can be. So you can look up you can watch at the end of that and see what your sun sign is and see how that fits with yours. I'm trying to remember, yours is in the fall, right?
Judy, me, this is no, my birthday is May 21st, so I'm
Okay.
Gemini, right on the cusp of Taurus.
Just on the cusp of Gemini. Yeah, you know, I could probably look it up really quick.
No, I had an astrologist once tell me that whole day it happened to be in Gemini. But I'd always kind of figured, you know, some horoscopes put me in Gemini, some in Taurus.
Well, see, for me, because I was born in Morocco, and on March 21st, 1959 in Morocco, at 8:47 a.m., I was a Pisces. So, you know, and everybody's like, well, March 21st is Aries. But March 21st in Morocco is March 20th here.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's one of the reasons why I see Gemini.
Well, it all depends on exactly where the sun was at that particular moment.
Exactly.
Not so much the date as
yeah, and the date and the time and where it's at.
Yeah.
So Gemini, your best foods are stir-fried veggies and yogurt. Your worst foods are sweet refined cakes and cookies. Your soothing herbs are lemon balm, lime balm, and cardamom.
Mm.
And let me see if I can find the script for that. Because I gave a little bit more.
Jake stayed down there, didn't he?
I'll look it up.
Jake with a little, with a
Here we go. Script.
leash.
Here we go. Script.
Hey, Catherine, if you're not talking to us, how about muting? Or
I'm doing fine.
Hi there.
Hi.
All right, Gemini, you live on your nerves, and when you repress your emotions, your stomach will let you know. It's easy for you to grab and go when it comes to eating, but you really need to take time to focus on your diet and sit and eat your meals in a relaxed environment. Digestive issues like flatulence or heartburn come your way fairly easily. Probiotics will help, but taking time to eat a healthy, balanced diet and giving your body time to correctly assimilate your food will go a long way to keeping your system functioning optimally.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm the queen of grab and go.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And not always healthy.
Well, there is that.
Anyway.
I just sent you a note, Catherine, if you wanted to open your camera, you can do that.
I don't know whether I have a camera on his computer or not.
Okay. Well, if you click it, it will show up. If you click that
Camera icon, it'll tell you.
Well, so I sent a thing that you should see on your screen that says ask to start your video. And if you click accept or agree or yes, whatever it says, then it will show you if you have a camera or not. And if you don't, no worries. So what I'm doing right now is making a chicken and vegetable soup. And so as I was showing Judy, and you will occasionally hear me talking about Pampered Chef because that's kind of a side gig for me because I really like their products. But this is the knife I like to use because it also has one of those cases, the self-sharpening cases. So I use this to chop up an onion, and I'm going to put this in my soup pot right now. I've melted about a tablespoon of coconut oil over a medium heat.
Yeah.
And with that, we have about 4 carrots that I roughly chopped. Oh, are we going to see you? Do you have something over your camera? Like that?
Yeah.
Like that?
Okay, well,
Because I see you, but I see it's just black. And oftentimes that's because somebody has a piece of tape or something over the camera. And then I have about 4 stalks of celery. And okay, so I am kind of sauteing this in my soup pot. When I do this, I do it so it's still got a little bit of crunch in it because you know that it's going to be simmering in a broth later, so I don't want them to be too mushy. I like to have something to sink my teeth into. But you know, look at how you like to do it. So where are you joining us from, Catherine, if it's okay for you to tell us?
okay, I live in Baldwin County, Georgia.
Cool. So my mother passed away the week before Thanksgiving and she lives in Florida. So I had driven down there and I drove through Georgia on my way back home along the Minnesota-Iowa border. So obviously I went through Atlanta and some of that. Would I have possibly passed through your county?
You could have easily passed through Macon area, Macon, Georgia.
Yes, I stayed in Macon.
Okay, Macon's about 25 miles from where I live.
Okay. That's a really pretty part of the country.
It is. It's nice here.
Yeah. You have some lovely mountains in that area.
It's nice rolling hills, nothing steep.
Yeah. I know
Nothing-
Judy is from Central Tennessee, and
Yeah.
I went to college along the Virginia-Tennessee border. And coming from the flats of Minnesota and Iowa, I just am in love with that area.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in New York's southern tier.
Okay.
The farm I grew up on was probably 8 miles north of the New York Penn border.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
So Elmira is a little bit west of us. Binghamton's about 40 miles east of us. Ithaca is another place many people have heard of because it's Cornell University. It's about
Right.
20 miles north of us.
Okay. My mom grew up in the Bronx, but I also have family that was up in, I want to say Spring Valley. Is that right? It's more northern, northern New York state. But I don't think I've ever been as far up north as, I've never been to Canada on that side.
Yeah. My father grew up, was originally from Watertown area, Watertown, New York area.
Okay.
So a lot of his relatives are in that area.
Okay.
My mother is
Yeah,
from
you know,
my mother was from Arkansas, so I got relatives in Arkansas too.
there you go. Well, you're all kind of along that eastern area though. I do a little bit of genealogy and, you know, if they ever open up borders a little more, I'd always wanted to do a genealogy trip. On my dad's side, we have a lot up in Nova Scotia in that area. And I'd love to go
Yeah.
there and see where these places are.
I've done a lot of genealogy myself.
Cool.
Yes. My maiden name was Spalding, and the original Spalding came over in 1607, Jamestown Colony. Jumped ship, then went to the Caribbean for a while, settled in Massachusetts, 1635. And my earliest Spalding ancestor that I can prove was born in 1819 in New York State. But, you know, there was a mass migration out of the New England states across
Yep.
New York and Pennsylvania. So I have a feeling I might be a descendant of the original Spalding.
Very cool. I love it. Yeah, my relatives on either side did not come over until, well, part of my relatives are Irish, and they came over during that particular, you know, the potato famine, that era.
Yeah.
And then part of my relatives are Armenian, and they came over at the beginning of the Turkish-Armenian War. So lots of hardship on both sides there.
Mm.
All right. So now I'm gonna add in, this is one of those 8-ounce packages of mushrooms. And I buy them whole, one, because they're cheaper, and two, they don't get as slimy real fast. So I'm adding that. Now this is just what I'm doing. You know, this is just a template. If you don't like mushrooms, if you can't tolerate mushrooms, you put in the vegetables that work for you. I think that's really important. Is because when I do testing with people, one of the tests I do is a biome test. It's the stool test, and that tests the RNA. And so through that, you can find out which foods are best for you at that moment. And so I know for some people, mushrooms are not a good food. Then I'm gonna add in the chicken. Now the recipe called for slices, but you know, this is a soup and I feel like it's better to cube them. So that's what I've been doing. I also use a separate cutting board and knife for my meats away from my vegetables. It's just, I really started doing that. I used to go into people's homes up in the Twin City area and prepare foods, dishes for them. And I used to be a secretary for a rabbi. And so I came in contact with a lot of people who had kosher kosher kitchens. And so when I went into their homes, I learned a lot about their sanitation. And that just really reinforced in me the importance of having separate preparation tools. I do like to clean if I like this cutting board I have, I will clean it with hydrogen peroxide. I used to use bleach, but then I learned that's probably not a good thing. As I took my health coach training.
Really? I would think bleach would be a good thing.
Bleach has, that chlorine, which for people, a lot of people, it's not a good substance, but you get the same response as in terms of cleanliness with the hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But so what are y'all doing for Christmas?
I have no big plans.
Okay, that sounds lovely.
Actually, I had a friend over for Thanksgiving. We ordered out from a local restaurant called Polly's Pies. And it was a dinner for 4. And Sandy's not a very big eater. And so I had food left for days. I was working on that Thanksgiving dinner food for quite a few days.
That's not a bad thing.
Well, it wasn't always the healthiest, the cornbread stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the sweet potatoes and the pie. And the only thing really veggie was the green beans.
Okay. Well, at least you got that in there.
Yeah. So I put on a couple of pounds after all of that. So I'm thinking I need to be low key on Christmas.
Well, and for Christmas, like I'm going to make this again when I get together with my family, because we just kind of potluck it.
Ah, nice.
Because we want to spend time together, not necessarily in the kitchen.
Sure.
So I can make this ahead of time and just because I have to drive a couple hours to get to my daughter's house. And so I can have this all ready and just stick it in my crock pot when we get there, and it'll be all warmed up by the time we actually get ready to eat. I personally am not a fan of a big Thanksgiving. Not only, but mainly because I end up missing most of it because I'm so busy making food or, and I would prefer to embrace the spirit of the event and just, have people potluck it and bring something from their harvest.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, just low key. Because I'm sure that very first Thanksgiving was not, I know it went on for a few days from what I understand. Not like I was there. I'm old, not quite that old. But anyway, So I'm trying to simplify things, which is why, using this time, I'm more likely to make all these foods if I know other people are going to be there. What can I say? And if that helps other people to make a batch of healthy foods, then everybody wins.
Yeah, so I've slowly got out things I need to chop.
You what?
And I said I've extricated my chopper and the mandolin and the various things I need to chop. Now I need to go get a cutting board and something to put them in, but
There you go.
I'm
So
working
did you
on
find
doing-
your chopper?
What?
Did you find your chopper?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, you think, you have a personal organizer person come in and help you sort things out. And I actually got rid of a lot of things that I wasn't using. But things aren't always put back exactly, it's like, I'm not sure where everything is. It's like, where did she put that? I thought, I watched her do it and we talked about it, but somehow I missed that, where the chopper went.
So are you glad that you had her come?
Yes, it feels a lot better in here.
Wonderful.
And I'm gonna put myself on mute again because I'm gonna go wash veggies and get the other stuff out.
Okay. So I'm cooking up all the veggies and the chicken. And really I've not added any liquid or anything yet. So, and I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of poultry seasoning. Again, use whatever you have or what you like. What's your temperature like there, Catherine?
I don't know, this morning it was down in the 60s. I'll go look right now.
Okay.
It's 73 outside.
It's balmy.
It's cloudy. It's been some showers. It looks like more showers coming in now.
We actually had, I live in Iowa, right up along the Minnesota-Iowa border. And we actually had tornadoes and thunderstorms the other night, which is a little odd for us.
I saw that on the news and wondered how close it was to you.
Oh yeah, it was close. Our electricity went out. It was blowing so bad that night that my bed was shaking. So it was a little scary.
Oh, yeah. So much for sunny Southern California. We've had a bunch of days where it only got up in the 50s. Today, my thing says it's 69 out there. So that's a warm day for us after the last few.
Well, last week when we had that tornado, it was actually 56 degrees here. And so it was 56 degrees and then it went right down to 30. So yeah,
That's when the tornadoes happen.
and that's when the tornadoes happen. Exactly.
Yeah, my brother was right at a tornado a few days before the big thing came up and tore up Kentucky. He was going into his job at work and he was walking into the building and and the rain and everything suddenly quit. The rain and wind suddenly quit and everything got quiet. He said, uh-oh, better get inside. And
Yeah.
The guy behind him left the door open, and the wind grabbed the door and slammed it. And they went to open it, and it was all they could do to get it open. And it sucked some of the stuff outside that was right there by the door.
Oh, wow.
And they could see swirling and whatever between them and the building across the way. And it actually did some damage in that small town. Tore up the Walmart sign and a couple of sheds.
Wow.
No people hurt, a few trees.
That's a good thing.
But that was on Monday, and then the big thing hit Kentucky on Friday.
Well, I heard Tennessee, parts of Tennessee were affected.
Yeah, there was some gal a little bit west of Nashville who got it.
Yeah.
I think her manufactured home blew over on top of her somehow.
Oh,
They had a time extricating her, but
oh.
so there was some damage all along the way, but
Yep.
mm,
I know, I was looking at the route and I had just driven through most of that.
yeah, you did.
And so that was, I was thinking about that because it was beautiful there. Beautiful country.
So you probably went up 75 through Georgia, then up 24 through Nashville.
Yep.
And you went 5 miles from where I grew up. Is along 24 there.
Oh, where was that?
Monteagle, you go up and over the mountain at Monteagle, and right down the valley past that is the exit. And
So what was the exit?
the town is Deckard. They keep changing the sign. It'll say Deckard and Winchester.
Oh, yeah.
Or Altamont and Tracy City. They keep changing the names on the sign.
Yep, I remember. I do remember that. 'Cause I've done that a couple times.
Yeah. Well, we're like 4 miles off of that.
Okay.
This is where I grew up. Of course, now I'm in Southern California.
Well, I know you've talked about going back and visiting.
Yeah, haven't been back there in a couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, and this time you want to go back for happy reasons.
For what?
You want to go back for happy reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been back since my mom passed.
Yep.
But, it's so expensive, but I made the effort to go see her whenever I could. But now it's just my brother's there and the biological family that I found. I was envious of you talking about genealogy stuff because I'm adopted and I don't know a lot. Except I did the genealogy stuff when I was doing Dr. Rita Marie's class. And I discovered I'm mostly British Isles and German, except there was just a little spattering of Native American. So it's like we got one Native American slipped in there back in the 1800s or something, because it was like 1% or something.
Cool.
But that's all I know.
Well, that's still pretty cool though.
Yeah. But I don't know, so-and-so came over on the Mayflower. I don't know that. I'm a little envious of the
start.
Yeah. I suppose I could find out some of that. I am connected with the biological relatives now.
I'm down here, Megan. Yeah.
What's that?
I said, I suppose I could try and find out some of that. I am connected with the biological relatives now.
I've been back to Atlanta since my son passed away.
Uh,
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, it's my aunt just passed away this last week. I mean, there's been a lot of this going on, and it's kind of
That's
not a
hard,
good thing. It's hard. Yeah.
really hard. Yeah.
Your church, I'm gonna go to town and try to get some more gift cards.
Yeah, gift cards are probably the best thing to give.
Yeah.
So, I haven't taken the time to make my own vegetable broth recently, so just many other things going on. So I just bought a package of vegetable stock from the store.
That's good.
Just putting the whole thing in there.
It works.
It works, you know? And so now what I'm gonna do, cover on here and then just let it simmer for a little bit. Put it on low. And then while I'm letting that simmer, and then what I'm gonna do, so the recipe called for Swiss chard.
On the computer.
But so the recipe called for Swiss chard.
You have
Finding Swiss chard around here is difficult.
desktop computer.
I'm gonna mute you for a moment, Catherine. Okay,
I'm on the phone.
okay, I'm gonna mute you when you wanna call or talk. You'll have to unmute yourself. So anyway, so what I ended up getting were turnip greens. And I'm gonna chop that up and put in at the very end. You want it, if you put it in too soon, it gets really mushy, and that is just not good at all. You just put it in till it's kind of wilted. So now we're going to work on this chicken. So I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I'm going to put my chicken in a roasting pan. And this is my Pampered Chef. It's cast iron. I mean, it's got some weight to it, but it's ceramic covered, so it cleans up really well. So, and my chicken I got from Butcher Box, so it's organic and free range and all of that stuff. And I didn't know if you wanted to mute yourself too, Judy. I mean, you are muted. I just didn't know if you wanted it.
Yes, I did intend to mute myself. I'm washing vegetables across the other side of the kitchen.
Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure. So this recipe calls for a whole chicken. And I've taken this out to defrost, and then and in my refrigerator. And then I put it in a bowl with some cool water. And now I'm rinsing it with the inside mounts and everything with some cool water. That helps with any juices or stuff that might still be there. And take my paper towel and pat her down. It's easier if it's just a little dry. I did take the giblets out. Sometimes they come without the giblets or the neck or anything like that. It was quite interesting at Thanksgiving. My oldest daughter made a turkey and she didn't realize what the neck was. So that was kind of interesting. I was actually with my my sister and her husband and daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, because my mom had just passed, and so we were down in Florida getting together. So anyway, I took my coconut oil and I'm just coating both the outside and the inside of the chicken with coconut oil. I like to go under the skin. And you might have to like lift it up a little bit because there's some tissue and stuff that you have to work through. It just helps the chicken to be a little more tender and a little more moist.
I found that's a good occasion to put some herbs in there with the whatever you put under the skin.
Yep. I do this first and then get it all, especially because it's a little colder here. So I like to get the coconut oil on there first, and then I'm mixing in some garlic powder and thyme, and along with some salt and pepper, and then we'll continue to rub that in to the coconut oil. So this first time I do it, and so that's a really good point. Hold on a second. Are you going to be ready soon to go to work?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, people live in different climates. You guys are a little warmer than I am. So you could just take your coconut oil and it'll probably already be pretty warm and soft.
It's still solid though.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
This is just what I have found works for me. When I've tried to do it where I mix it, it's still, it is too hard for it to mix in the herbs. And it does depend upon which kind of herbs you're doing. If you're doing fresh herbs, that works a little better. I'm using dry herbs today. During the winter time, I tend to use more of the dried herbs. I find that, at least for myself and my constitution, that works better. I use more fresh herbs during the warmer months.
Well, it all makes sense, yeah.
So anyway, Just put a little bit more.
Okay, I'm going back on mute. I'm moving things around again.
Okay. Maybe when you're ready, you can show us some of your, what your preparations are, Judy. Okay. That's about as good, because now I'm getting more of the coconut oil on me than I am on the chicken.
There's nothing, I have prepped nothing yet.
Okay,
I got
that's
this
fine.
spot and moving things over, but I can.
Well, that's
talk
part of the
about-
preparation, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can talk about what I'm doing
That would
when
be,
the time
yeah.
comes.
So the wonderful thing about when you use coconut oil to do this type of stuff, all you have to do is just take it and put it in on your hand. I did a blog post a couple weeks ago on using coconut oil on your skin and all that good stuff. So if you go to my Feeding Your Health website, look at the blog. I usually post a blog a week. So it's just something to consider. Now I'm going to take the salt and pepper and garlic and thyme and just go over it. I just kind of sprinkle it on, and I quite frankly use my intuition. It's like, oh yeah, that seems like enough. So I encourage you to do the same. You know, maybe you don't like as much pepper, or you don't like as much salt. So then you would, you know, you adjust it to what works for you. And then as far as salt, you know, always make sure you use a good quality salt, like a pink salt or a Himalayan salt. There's and this is actually a pepper. There's a pepper that just thought of this, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look at it again. It gives a real almost smoky flavor to your foods. Nanic, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, so now I am using garlic powder. You know, and again, if you find that you can't have certain things, I've been working on my health, and for a while there, I was told I couldn't have garlic. It was interesting because garlic and alfalfa sprouts were on my avoid list, and those two foods are foods to be avoided if you have, it's an autoimmune condition, lupus. As far as I know, I didn't have lupus. I did have some of the genetic markers for lupus, but I still can't have alfalfa sprouts, but now I can have garlic again, which made me really happy. But this all has to do with your microbes, the microbes that you're nourishing and feeding in your gut.
Yeah, it'd be really sad not to have garlic.
Oh boy, when I found that out, And that went for about 1.5 years. So, oh, Catherine left us.
She
Yeah,
was
in fact, I
talking
couldn't
about-
have broccoli either.
Ooh,
Yeah, broccoli, cabbage, all those cruciferous veggies, eggs, couldn't have eggs. But now I can.
yeah.
Let's see, time. Down. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna shift you a little bit here. I have to have my computer sitting on my spice box.
Well, I understand I'm a little precarious here on the dining room table myself.
You're what?
I'm a little precarious how I've got everything going here on
Oh,
the dining room table.
well, I'm really happy that you're doing this though.
Well, I haven't done anything yet. I've just got it all together to do.
But that's a big thing, right? That's
Yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide which thing to do first.
What's the easiest thing?
Well, it all involves a lot of chopping.
Well, chop one thing. Choose one thing to chop. What would be the easiest thing to chop?
I don't know, the cucumbers maybe.
There you go. Good decision.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make noise chopping using the chopper, so.
And
I'm on
not a
mute.
problem. Here comes Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hello, dear. You still
How
going
are
at
you?
it?
Yep. I
thought-
have my soup on the stove and that's simmering. And right now I am coating my whole chicken with all sorts of, with my coconut oil and different herbs and things.
Oh, good.
How are you?
Well, I've been recovering from something, so I'm kind of been under the weather, but I'm much, much, much better now. Thank you very much.
Yes. You know, it's kind of interesting. There's other things that are going around other than the one we're frequently
Yeah.
told about.
Right. I'm not going to call it anything really, but what happened initially had been kind of building since October.
Oh,
And what happened is I made a huge mistake and I went to this other doctor. And I mean, I went for chiropractic and then they wanted, they all want to do all this other stuff and it's not a good idea. Anyway, I did his bad ideas of stopping my supplement, a lot of my supplements.
okay.
And so then my liver got
Oh.
really, really, really bad.
Was not happy, huh?
No, I mean, it's good now, but then everything else started going downhill.
Oh,
Yeah, so anyway, it's been going on for a while and I have to keep learning this lesson. I know this lesson. But I have
that's the thing, right?
I have to keep. I mean, the good thing is when he gave me some supplements, I just took one at a time very slowly, and then I would get sick. And then I'd say, I'm not taking this anymore.
Right.
And I mean, I did that one correctly, but still. I know what was going on. And I mean, it's like I was so tired of taking so many supplements. And so I was so happy and I'd been feeling pretty good. And so, it was a blessing not to take all these supplements, but that was a big
Give
mistake.
yourself a little break. It could have been.
A long break. It was too long.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That reminds me, and I don't know if you heard that video I did the other day, that story where you're walking down the sidewalk and you fall into this hole.
oh no, I
And
didn't see that one.
You finally get out of the hole. And you do this, I don't know, about 4 different times
Uh-huh.
until finally you don't go down the street that has the hole.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm
So-
glad to hear that you're feeling better.
Yeah, I started working with this doctor that's helped me so much. I mean, unfortunately, he's not a medical doctor. He's trained in all kinds of other things, So
Sure.
he can't help me with thyroid medications, but he can help me with other stuff. So we did lab tests and then we finally got him back and he told me about him yesterday and it wasn't a pretty picture.
Oh,
And I
no.
said- But you know what I said to him is, I am not going to worry about any of this. I'm not going to worry because you know what? We're gonna redo the lab tests
Okay.
in like 6 weeks, and we both feel like I'll be a lot better. It'll be a lot better. I mean, I had 5 different markers for really bad cardio.
Oh,
I know. Oh well, what
are
you
they
gonna do?
lipid markers or what?
Well, let's see. Blood sugar, A1C was extremely high.
Oh,
And then ferritin, and I don't remember if that's high or low. Ferritin and a few others. I think there was one lipid one. I wrote it down.
okay.
But anyway, I'm sure it's gonna get better.
I have no doubt. You are diligent.
I am. Now, I'm going to soak my mushrooms and then cook them.
What mushrooms?
The cremini.
Okay.
I'm supposed to have 3 cups, but I don't think I do. We'll see. I'm making I told you I was taking classes from Elena.
Yes.
Elena.
I have done some of her courses.
She's really good. I like her recipes.
Oh, yeah.
So she's got a mushroom meatball that looks good. So I'm gonna try that. But
Okay.
I gotta do my parasite cleaning and cooking of mushrooms, or
Oh,
I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't eat them then.
Makes sense to me.
I was doing a few things before I got on with you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so.
Judy's here too. She's on mute.
Oh, Judy's here, and who else?
Well, Catherine Root was on for a little bit. She had to leave. She may come back, but Judy is getting everything ready for her different salads.
Good.
So,
Yeah, I know Judy's been cooking with you, right?
well, she comes to the shows and
I haven't been cooking with, I've just been watching up till now.
Oh, okay, Judy, I thought you'd been cooking with Lynn.
no, but like I've said before, if somebody wants to have me come and be there while they make food,
Uh-huh.
I can help with that.
Yeah, well, I think it would be fun to, like, say, maybe cook one dish while you're doing it, if I could do that.
Sure. I mean,
if it worked out, because, timing is,
yep.
as far as, well, if I had everything chopped up and then did things along with you,
Yep.
that could be fun.
Yep.
But I always have these other things that I already plan to do. So
Yeah.
that's how it goes. But a lot of your recipes this time, well, they always look good, and I still make a lot of your recipes, but the chicken recipes. And
Yep. That's what I'm doing now. I'm chopping up my sweet potatoes and.
I'll just edit it and leave out.
Oh, yeah.
You know how I am.
Well, and that's what I said earlier, these are the foods that work for me. If they don't work for you, then you need to use something else.
Yeah. I'll probably leave a lot of things out. Right now, I'm supposed to be on this AIP diet. Which is
Okay.
Autoimmune.
Autoimmune paleo. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, meat and vegetables, which I've
Yep.
been eating. But see, I couldn't eat anything for quite many weeks.
Oh,
And because of being so sick, I couldn't even drink water. But now, now I'm really hungry. So
I bet.
I'm eating all kinds of things.
So did they determine why you couldn't even have water?
Why I couldn't eat anything or have water?
Right. Well, why you couldn't
Well,
have water?
I couldn't eat anything, couldn't drink anything hardly. But it's because my body was all haywire from
Yeah.
whatever anybody wants to call this. My doctor didn't even call it anything.
It's
Who
just
knows?
an imbalance, right?
Yeah. And I'm so happy to be feeling better.
Yay.
I mean, I still have to rest a lot. I'm on the couch resting, but I'm on the couch doing things, I'm
Right.
ordering things and emailing and
That's perfect.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna wash my little mushrooms. 20 minutes. So I'm supposed to be on Dr. Rita Marie's kitchen show at the end. It's in January, at the end of January. I'm gonna do yogurt.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, she's been wanting me to be on it for a while, and I had to get an iPad, and then I had to learn how to do the iPad. Now what I got to learn is how to do that Zoom. But I think it's
Okay.
pretty easy, right? It's pretty easy.
Well, you're doing it now.
So I know, but it's going to be the opposite, where I'm doing what you're doing. So it's a little bit opposite.
Yeah, not much though.
Okay, it's not much opposite.
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's not like it used to be. I mean, the first time I did it, there was a lot of work to it
Uh-huh.
because we didn't have things like Zoom and she wasn't doing the show on Zoom.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Oh my God. Since she's been doing Zoom, it's a lot better.
Oh, that's so good. Well, and then everybody can see each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been good.
Love it. So are you going to talk about your parasite stuff on that call?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to talk about the parasite stuff on that call?
I don't know. I might, just because, let's see, if I do cashews, then I definitely do the parasite protocol. Coconut, I don't. I think I'm gonna do, red, white, and pink food for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So like the yogurt would be beets and sweet potato, yams. That makes a very delicious, it's easy. So that one I wouldn't have to be doing any parasite cleaning.
Okay.
And then either a cashew or a coconut yogurt for the white. And the pink, I'm not sure. I mean, I like to do beets and coconut, that's pink.
What about cranberries?
No, I don't use them.
Okay.
I played around a lot with cooking and then fermenting fruit, and I gave up. It's just too sweet.
Yeah, but coconut's like not a regular fruit because it's so astringent.
Oh, you said cranberries.
Yes, I did.
So I haven't tried cranberries, really. So
They're very astringent.
I know it is tart,
Yep.
so it's a possibility. It's just right now, I don't think I want to experiment. I'm kind of done with experimenting. I was doing natto.
Oh, yeah.
Forget natto right now. Forget it. I'll just buy it. Even when I buy it though, I just don't like it.
Yeah, that's an acquired taste, I would say.
But Steph just gave us recently a recipe. Did you see it for natto burgers and natto like meatballs?
I did see that. I mean, I saw that she did it. I just haven't had a chance to
Yeah.
really delve into it.
Yeah, I'm kind of right now. I'm kind of just doing more things that I know
Yeah.
than experimenting. But I was experimenting a lot with fermenting fruit. Now tomatoes work good, but the rest of the fruit, especially grapes, just too sweet. Now probably if I put more probiotics, I don't know. I did a lot of experimenting, so I'm kind of done with that now.
I have no idea, but I'm kind of off. Otherwise,
I hear somebody.
See outside or something?
he might be. Okay.
I think
Is that
that's
your-
her husband.
That
I
your
think that
hubby?
was,
Sorry, I had somebody at the door.
Oh, that's what it was. Well, I'm really happy that I get to spend some time with you today.
Yeah.
so you'll be
I,
happy.
I was trying to print out the recipes before I came on, but the Mac wasn't cooperating, so I had to give up on that.
Oh,
So I'll try
I've been having my own technological issues. As far as I know, Mercury's not in retrograde, but
Nah, it's just the way it is these days. I think-
sometimes that is it.
Partly it's because, well, I have so many devices, but also because so many people are doing Zoom and are online.
Oh,
I
that
mean-
could be.
I think that's really what it is.
Oh, that makes sense.
I know it does. So I just accepted, okay, this is what's happening now. I'll just deal with it later.
There you go. I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. I have to see where my son is in terms of his preparations for work.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
So what are you preparing?
Well, this morning I made tzatziki.
Made what?
Tzatziki?
Ah, nice.
Tzatziki. It's with
Yeah.
cashew
yeah.
yogurt, you know what it is. Okay, so that's gonna be good. And then I made a, what did I do this morning? Did I do a soup? No, I already had soup. I did two things. I can't remember what else. Oh, maybe I just did prep work. A lot of this, you have to do a lot of prep work.
I know. Well, mainly what I'm doing is sitting here chopping vegetables.
Good.
So I have my my little Pampered Chef chopper.
Oh, good. You like it?
I have to really lean on it and really work it to have it get through the holes of like tomatoes or tomatillos or whatever.
I just got rid of mine. I got rid of it because you know what? It just wasn't. Then I have to wash it, and it's easier for me to chop.
Yeah. So I chopped this whole big bowl of veggies,
Oh, that's great.
cucumbers and onions and tomatoes. I'm making this. There's a thing called. I've seen it called Israeli salad or.
Oh,
Shiraz-
yeah, Jerusalem
Oh,
salad.
Yeah.
It's
Are
a
you
Middle
making
Eastern
that?
thing.
Are you
So,
making that?
huh?
That's what you're making?
Yeah, so I chopped up cucumbers and onions and tomatoes. And after all that chopping, my arm is tired.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
I will add a little oil and vinegar to it, and
Well,
whatever
that's great.
whatever spice, whatever herbs I have in there. I know I've got dill, maybe some parsley.
Yeah, though parsley definitely.
Where are you?
What's that?
Okay, and that's tomorrow, right?
Nice.
I think she's talking to her son.
Okay, are you able to take him to work?
Yeah, she's talking to her family.
Yep.
Okay, he's ready. And there's a guy here named Tanner
No, he
Warrior.
left. He
Oh,
just
he
left.
left? Okay, never mind. All right, see you soon. Thank you.
So then my next thing is a tomatillo salsa,
Oh,
which
good
is
for
just,
you.
it's not the, totally chopped up tomatillos where you get slimy green. It's chopped, onion, a can of diced chilies and some cilantro.
Right.
And, so it's all still in pieces. And I like that. Actually, my
Well,
friend,
you prefer chunky.
yeah,
Is that what you like?
And not slimy.
and not slimy. Yeah, a lot of the salsa verde
Or
things
juicy.
leave me cold.
Uh-huh.
But this, my friend Dorothy actually took it to the fair here in Orange County and won in the relishes and jelly category years ago.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel honored that she gave me her recipe.
No kidding. That's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So
go
I'm
back.
putting parsnips in around my, my chicken. I've chopped up a couple of sweet potatoes and an onion, and I'm doing about 4 of these parsnips. And I'm just putting that around my chicken. Have you ever had a parsnip?
Oh, yeah.
I used to make parsnip pie.
That'd be good.
I've had them, but only in like a stew or something.
Yeah, like in a stew. Well,
Yep,
I make yogurt out of them.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes I, mix it with something else,
Yeah.
like coconut. Because all those root vegetables are a little high sugar for me.
Right.
That's why I just ferment everything.
And for me too, if I have a nice fat in with it, it's not so bad.
Uh-huh.
I find that parsnips are not quite as high, at least for me, they don't affect my sugar as much as other vegetables.
Mhm. But you can eat sweet potatoes and yams.
Occasionally, yeah. I mean, it's
I
not
mean-
something I regularly consume. But,
Cooked up, like you said you put it in your chicken.
Yep, right. So for this one, I'm putting a sweet potato in with and part of that's because it's just the seasonality of it. I do like occasionally to slice it and then broil it and like toast.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll put like an almond butter or sunflower butter or something on there.
Sounds good.
Well, you're not driving
I'm
anymore.
not driving, no, that is.
Well, what's he got?
He's got the,
Okay, well, it's in my coat. It's in the side of my coat.
I even told the guy, oh, when he gets here, he's driving to work. And the guy's response is, oh, I'll only be a minute. I'm like,
Nothing is ever a minute.
nothing's ever a minute,
Well,
right?
that's for sure. That is for sure.
I remember when I used to tell my kids when I was running to the store, I'm just gonna be a minute. They're like, right.
Yeah,
Mom."
right.
I always end up meeting somebody and then,
Something.
yep.
or you can't find something, you gotta ask where it is, or something's
Yep.
rotten. Some vegetable looks rotten, so I ask them if they have any fresh in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think sometimes the produce manager just like cringes when he sees me. You know, maybe I'm the only one that asks for things like arugula or Swiss chard.
well, we have this little grocery store here that's really little health food grocery store. I mean, it's not that little actually. It's fairly good medium size, and they are so nice there. They don't mind getting you anything.
Nice.
I mean, they are just wonderful.
Nice.
We were having a conversation, this one woman, produce man person that I never saw before, produce woman, and we were having a great conversation. She knew all about these, I like these black Arkansas apples,
Oh,
but they didn't have them there. And then I was telling her, well, I got some at Whole Foods and blah,
Oh, yeah, they're
blah.
good.
Yeah, they are.
what are they called?
Black Arkansas.
Huh.
For some reason,
I've never heard of that.
for some reason I like them. So
Are they a sweet apple or?
it's not real sweet. Would you say that, Judy? That it's not real sweet?
Well, it's been a while since I had them, so I can't
Yeah,
say.
I can't remember. Of course, my taste is off right now, so I really couldn't tell you.
I think my favorite apple was a Mutsu.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember
I was
that.
real excited when my
I remember.
CSA box had those as an option about a month or so ago. So I got several, but they haven't had them again. Darn it.
Oh,
Well-
they didn't have any more? Oh, okay.
I know that this one vendor at Farmers Market had so many different apples, so I used to try them all the time. Try a whole bunch of different ones all the time.
Yeah, I do that with my CSA box. It's like, what do I get this week or this time?
Yeah, I don't get, closest CSA to me is about half an hour away. Everything is half an hour away.
Well, that's not bad. I don't think 30 minutes is bad at all. I'm
No,
just-
but you know,
Yeah.
when you're trying to, they won't deliver. And
Oh, you have to go pick it up.
you have to go pick it up. And it's not that I mind picking it up, but they, you know, it has to be at a particular day and time, and that just doesn't
Yeah,
always work.
no, I don't like that. So what about
Yeah.
a farmers market? Do you have any farmers markets?
Well, that's about a half hour away as well,
Okay.
which again, you know, it's only at certain days and times,
Oh,
and then
that's-
this doesn't
that's
always work.
right. Yeah, I'm kind of not going to the farmer's market now because it's far, it's crowded, it's one of them that I love. They've taken away most of the parking, so you know,
Oh.
I'm
Why did you
not-
take away the parking?
Well, first of all, they're building a lot of housing units.
Oh,
And I don't know why they took away some of the other. But, you know, it's just kind of dwindled. I know where I can park, but I have to kind of walk a little further. But anyway, I got so many options here, you know.
yeah, see, I like to support them because I'm glad that it's there.
Yeah,
It's just, it doesn't always work. There were a
Right.
couple of times they asked me to, I'd make like a dish, like one time I made a soup and I think it was made out of turnips or rutabagas. I thought it was turnips. But anyway, just to showcase different foods.
I mean, you brought them?
And I brought it there and I was able to have my crock pot with there and I had some little, what do you call it? little cups that people could try.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So were you promoting your business as well?
Well, yeah, it gave me another avenue to support my, to promote myself. I've been doing a lot of these craft and vendor shows
Oh.
to make people aware. And it's kind of interesting because, they look and they're like, oh, I'm going away. So many people like, yeah, I'm not going to eat that way anyways. Like, okay. But, at least I'm spreading awareness. So I don't know if you can see this very well. So here's what I have. I have the chicken in the middle, like, I don't know, pickle in the middle. And then it's surrounded by parsnips, onions, and carrots, or sweet potatoes, excuse me.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna put this in, and this,
I'm just giving you an update. Dad's still on his way to see his mom. Case is gonna bring me.
I thought he was going tomorrow.
He's going to, I guess.
Fine, okay, so give me the keys so I can pick you up.
Oh no, Casey's
Casey,
taking me in the X.
okay, in the
Yeah.
Kia? Okay, so as long as she comes back, because I have to go somewhere tonight.
Well,
I don't know. So, just make sure she comes back here. Just make sure she comes back here and gives me the keys. All right,
well, I really can't stop it work.
I said her, because I have to pick you up.
Okay, I'll let her know.
All right. So you're not driving, right? Okay, so I have put this in the oven and I'm going to have that cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. I am now going to take the turnip greens and I'm gonna chop that up and put some of that in with my soup.
Oh, yeah.
So
turnip greens are
because I
very
couldn't
good.
find Swiss chard, so I thought, well, maybe turnip greens would be a good
Well-
alternative. What do you think?
Have you ever had, I forget what kind of turnips they're called, maybe, excuse me, Japanese. They're little white ones, and those are the best turnips and leaves. But
Really?
anyway, yeah, I think yours will be fine. I think that'll be good. I think that'll be really good.
I was just worried that it was going to be, because turnip greens can be a little bitter. So that was,
and see, taste and see if it is. Yeah, that's why,
no,
that's
No.
why these Japanese ones are so good. They're
yeah,
not-
no, these are actually kind of sweet.
Oh, good.
Because I know mustard green has a really strong,
Oh, mustard green is very.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want to use mustard greens.
no,
Not very
I made
much.
that mistake once.
Yeah, not very much.
And they're good for you. I mean, they're good for you. It's just, whoa, that is a strong flavor.
I think you just don't want to put too much in.
Right. Oh, of the mustard greens?
Like in a smoothie or something, or, salad.
Oh, I don't know. I think mustard greens need to be cooked to mellow out their strong flavor.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So anyway, I'm going to chops. I've shut the burner off on the soup, and so I'm going to chop up some of these turnip greens and just add it to it. And like I was telling Judy earlier, there's a couple that I know they're moving. They're in the process of moving from this area down to, I believe it's Arizona. And So I thought, oh, I'll bring this to them because, you know, when you're doing stuff like that, you don't really wanna be making lots of food.
Yeah.
And anyway, so
So do you have more than one soup on your recipe list? I saw one.
I didn't this time, but I,
Okay.
over the months.
I just want to know, so when I look at the recipes, I will know what you're doing. You made there's one soup, so that's the one you're
Yeah, the
making.
very first one was a
That's
soup.
what I thought. A chicken soup, was it?
Yeah, chicken and vegetable soup, and that was
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
one
Yeah.
with the, yeah, I made that first.
Okay.
And then this is the chicken and vegetables, the dish. Then there's shrimp tacos with a
Right.
curry cabbage slaw.
But I'm curious about this soup you're doing. It's the same soup that you did earlier and you're adding turnip greens to it? Is that what it is?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
because I couldn't
that's what I
find
wanted.
Swiss chard. Yep.
Okay. That
And
sounds-
then there are these paleo beef meatballs with a chimichurri sauce,
I saw that.
and then a pan-seared lime basil salmon.
A lot of good recipes you have.
Yeah,
Well, this time of year, you know, it's, for me at least, it's more cooked. I mean, I get that you guys don't have the chill that I do.
No, but it's cold enough for us.
where are you
Yeah.
located?
I'm in California also, Northern
Yeah.
California,
Ah,
San Jose.
well, I'm down in Orange County, so. Hey, I got everything chopped except the cilantro. Hey,
Yay!
That's good.
I don't know if I could show it or not.
Let's see.
It's not working. Gotta move the iPad around. It's just,
Beautiful kitchen.
I was gonna say, your kitchen looks great. Okay, I see part of you and part of your refrigerator. And there we go. Yes.
that's one, that's just.
That's funny, I don't see
And
it.
now your camera's off.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I accidentally hit the button.
That happened.
There's
Okay, good job.
cucumbers and,
Oh, beautiful. That's gorgeous.
I can't get there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
That's why I'm
Cucumbers,
wondering.
onions, and tomatoes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so now I just.
We're
got-
all cooking together, even though we're not doing the same.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think this is
And-
great. This is very fun.
It is. And we're getting it done.
Right.
So are you doing anything particular for Christmas, Sandy?
No, staying home and just, being quiet.
Hey, that's a thing.
What about you guys? What about you two?
Well, I am getting together with my family. It's, I'm telling you, I don't know. Each year it gets more and more difficult for us all to get together on a date because of everybody's schedules. And actually, we're not all together. My two sons out in Utah, they work for UPS, so there's no breaks right now. They are coming out in January for my mother's service, so that will be nice. And we had thought about gathering for this then, but it was like, yeah, that just doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's understandable. Well, I had a friend over for Thanksgiving and we did, I don't know if you have Polly's
What you
Pies
done?
restaurants up north or not, but ordered a dinner from there. And it was just the two of us and the dinner was quote for four. And so I was eating on it for a number of days afterwards. So put on a couple of pounds and decided, I don't need to repeat that at Christmas.
There you go. Well, I'm making this soup again. Oh, my son's gonna be late for work now.
Uh-oh, do you have to take him?
Well, I'm waiting to hear, because I didn't realize my husband was leaving for out of town. And then my other daughter said she'd pick him up, but he should have left 15 minutes ago.
Oh,
So. Putting this here like this. I will be right back. Man.
Give that to Mark.
Oh,
I bought some Cadillac converters.
oh, okay,
He knows that you have it.
okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Where's Casey? Huh? Oh, she's here. Second call.
I'm running a little bit late, but I'm still on my way.
Well, if she's not here soon, let me know.
What was that man's name?
His name was Tanner.
Tony.
All right. Well, now I have enough food for the next week. So I'm
you
kind
mean
of
with,
excited about that.
you mean with those two things? You only made two
Yeah,
things?
that's gonna tide us over. Cause like with the roast chicken, I take all the meat off the bone. And so then I can use that for other dishes,
Got it. Yeah, that's great.
and then I'll take the carcass and I'll make chicken broth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I didn't put as much garlic on there as I might normally do because my husband is not a spice fan.
Uh-huh.
And so when I spice up things, I just, and then I'll just add it more on my own.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking at your picture there, Sandy. It almost looks like there's something written on the side
My picture?
on your video there.
Really? On the side?
Yeah, it says something like yeast product, not ours, something great, something, I don't know. Maybe there's a package there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
That's why I'm gonna have to figure out this video thing. First of all, so I don't spill anything on the keyboard like I already did once when I was trying to show some yogurt that I forgot was liquid.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
So one thing, and I was gonna do it today, but something happened with my phone and actually it's almost completely charged.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at 100% now, so that's a good thing. But anyway, I have a tripod and I was going to mount my phone on there. You can mount your iPad on there as well. So then you can move it around and it's up. So if you wanted to look down at something,
Mhm.
so like here, I would have to lift up my computer here to show you what my soup looks like.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Now
Yeah.
it just, oh, so that's your iPhone, not your iPad.
This is my computer.
Yeah, it's an iPad or iPhone?
Nope, it's a laptop.
Laptop, right, okay.
Yeah.
You were going to use the tripod with your iPhone.
But I was going to use the tripod with my phone. And it would make something like that a lot easier than having to lift up my computer, my laptop, and maneuver it around.
Well, that's what I don't know what I'm gonna do, so we'll see.
Well, we keep trying, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe find a friend and make a dry run, and then you can see how your.
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
looks.
Reach out to us if you want to do that.
yeah, I may do that, Lynn. I was thinking of you, and I was also thinking of somebody at Dr. Rita Marie's to do it with also, both of you.
Sure.
I was gonna ask you, so thank you for offering. I definitely would like to do that. I think that's a good.
So I have a silly question. On Facebook, I keep getting a friend suggestion, which is Dr. Rita Marie Help Desk. Who is that?
Well, that's like Christina, but yeah.
But as a friend suggestion on Facebook, I'm like, well, I don't
Well,
know.
because you must be on some of her other groups.
Yeah, that's,
Several.
you're on Facebook and you're getting the help desk?
Yeah, that's-
Because the help desk has their own Facebook account.
yeah, so they keep coming up as a friend suggestion.
Yeah. Well, and you don't obviously have to do that.
Oh, no, I haven't. But I've thought about sending them a thing saying, who are you?
How strange.
Right.
Well, I just discovered I discovered months ago that there were 3 months of kitchen shows that were not posted. So I finally got around to emailing Christine at Help Desk. She always blames my devices, my computer, my system, my this, my that. And it usually is never that. So I had reached out to someone else in the group to see if she could access it, and she could not. So that was sort of my backup saying, well, so-and-so could not get it either. So then she went on and, oh yeah, there's some kind of glitch, I'll fix it. So now they're up. But I mean, it's been months. That was September, October, and November that were never posted.
Oh,
And
on
nobody.
the Unstoppable Health site?
Yeah, right. So anyway, it's up now. That's good.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah.
I find her site to be extremely difficult to use. I don't think it's easy.
Well, and that's the kind of stuff that I need to hear, because if I do something like that, those are the things that are important to people.
Right.
well, frequently it's, oh, I saw something, where the heck is it? When I go back to it, it's like, it could be under this, it could be under that, it could be under the other.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she does offer a lot. That's,
Yeah, she does. And.
Oh, absolutely. If you can find it, it's great.
But
Right.
also her situation, she has a lot of people in her group, a lot.
true.
So that too is part of it. No, I'm not doing anything for now to the vital healing kitchen, really.
Okay. Did you get your hair cut recently?
Me,
Yeah,
I did.
I like it.
Thank you. She did a different haircut this time.
Do you like it?
Not as much, but she got this part not to stick up. So
Oh.
that's good. It kept sticking up, but yeah.
I
I
have
like
it
it.
over on
I
this
like-
side.
I like when the sides come over to like a C,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna have to work on the bangs because they're not quite short enough. But it's
Okay.
better. Otherwise, it's good. Yeah, I like it this length a lot. Easy maintenance.
Yep.
I don't do anything to it.
I wear a hat.
Well, that keeps your head warm for sure, huh?
It does. Yeah, the hat and my scarf are like my dear friends right now. And I was saying earlier too, I don't do a lot of baking. I know a lot of people do a lot of baking at this time of year, you know, sweets and stuff, and I just don't do that.
Oh, you don't?
No. No.
Well, I guess I really
Because
don't.
I would eat it.
I guess I don't really either. I mean, I make muffins and, you know, a few different things, but not anything too much.
Yeah, no, I just, I would eat it.
Yeah, so would I.
And right now I don't need that.
But we do it healthy.
Well, I try, you know, that's the thing is that the stuff that I have access to is not what a lot of other people have access to.
Well, I definitely do it healthy, but still,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Do you use like almond flour, coconut flour? Do you use any flour?
Right, that's what I use.
Okay.
And then I wasn't eating nuts for a while, so I was doing everything with seeds and experimenting with that, and it was good.
So what seeds did you use
I was doing
that?
pumpkin and sunflower a lot.
Okay,
It worked out good.
I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, it worked out really good.
Any particular seasonings you liked?
Well, I made two different ones. I made two different times. I'd have to look up the recipe. I can send it to you. Dr. Rita Marie's burgers, and they really were good.
Oh, yeah. I know which
So
ones you're talking about.
I didn't do any nuts. I just used the seeds,
Yep,
and it turned out very, very good.
nice.
I think I liked the first one better than the second one that I did. I was just playing around, but they were very, very good.
So does Nick ever do the Armenian Christmas? Which is more in January?
Yeah, that's January. Well, he has one relative that used to invite us, so we only went over once. And she had a lot of food,
I bet.
but I doubt we haven't been invited. Well, of course, it's been you know what, so. But I really actually, because I don't fit into the agenda, you know, so neither do you. So I've been staying away from all those family people because they're so paranoid and they don't want to be around people like me. So that's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not being like that. I have a girlfriend that's very much like that. She will not be around anybody that's vaccinated, but Nick is, and so, you know, we're together, and I'm just not worried about that.
Yeah, you know, where I live, because I live in such a rural area, it's different here. I suppose if I lived in a more heavily populated area, it would be different.
Yeah, it's not really very fun because people are so uptight.
I had got a couple of emails from different people today. I got one from Dr. Murray,
Yeah.
and all about the things to take to keep your immune system up.
Uh-huh.
You know, because with this new variant, even though there are more cases, the deaths are less. And then it doesn't, you know, again, I don't know anybody who with this experience, it's just from what I've read, you know, so the people's experiences with it is not as intense as with the other variants, the original variants.
So which one? I only know Delta,
and Omicron.
Yeah, that's the one I heard later.
Right. So it's more contagious, but not, it doesn't seem to affect people as intensely, at least from what I've read. But he was, Dr. Murray was going over the statistics for people in different age ranges and what they call comorbidities.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
so that was really interesting. And then at the bottom, he had a list of the different nutrients that are really important. And then this afternoon,
Was it anything different that we haven't heard?
not really.
Yeah.
For me, at least, it was pretty
The
much what I,
vitamin C, the
yeah.
zinc.
yeah.
Okay.
And then Dr. Tom O'Brien had an email out this afternoon that he sent to people who had taken his course and really emphasized vitamin D because
Yeah.
the studies are showing that people who have good vitamin D levels don't seem to have the adverse response. So
Yeah, and then I heard that most regular people, their vitamin D levels are really low.
oh, mine is not very good. And so, you know,
I'll look at my lab test. Well, I'm not sure if that was show, well, will show, we'll see. Mine's usually pretty okay. I'm taking 10,000 a day right now. What are you taking?
yeah, I take about 10,000. When I first got it, when I very first did my lab tests, my vitamin D level was at a 6. So, yeah, 6. So, no. So
It's supposed to be 50 to 100 at least.
I know. And so for a month I took 25,000 IUs a day and
Did
then
that help?
it went up. I do
Okay.
have the heterozygous VDR SNP. So I'll just have to always be careful with vitamin D. And then of course where I live plays into that.
Right. Well, I bet mine is low just because I haven't been outside.
Right.
Yeah, I know mine's low. I haven't been taking the supplement because I ran out and I need to get some. But I'm kind of the opposite, I know, of you guys on the virus stuff. I've had the shots and the boosters and I'm happy to have had them. You know, I got enough else going on. I don't want to throw that in the mix.
Oh, absolutely. But you've got those health conditions that would make you more prone to getting them. So,
Yeah.
you know, you need to do what you need to do. I'm not saying people shouldn't wear masks, but
Pretty religious about that too, if I go anywhere.
yeah, and you should because of you. But my personal body is a little different than yours. And so just from my own sense of myself, I feel like I shouldn't have to wear it because there's nothing wrong with me. But everybody has to make that determination.
Yeah, that's what I think. Now, for me, I know a lot of the ingredients in it, and I know some of them would kill me. So I spent a lot of money to get some of those ingredients out of my body.
Right,
So I don't want to be putting that in my body.
right,
So that's just me.
right. You know, but again, everybody's different and everybody has to make a decision for themselves.
That's what I think.
But then that's my big thing is that everybody needs to be able to make a decision for themselves.
And that's the problem today. They're trying to make us do things we don't want to do.
Right. Well, I do get concerned about the segregation that we're starting to see.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just keeping my eye open on that. and pray.
Right, right. But, now I found different people that I can relate to that are in my camp, so it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
In
Do
the
they
beginning-
live,
in
do
the
some of them
beginning-
live around you?
Yeah, one of them's a big church. They never, well, no, they closed for a very short amount of time. And the CDC and all these government people and all these stupid people are after them, telling
Oh.
them they can't do this, they can't do that. They've sued them for $3 million. And the pastor is just so beautiful. He's just standing up for God, standing up for his principles.
Perfect.
I know. So I have got that group, and then then the common law that I send you all the time.
Yes,
the common law
those are
group.
great.
That group is also, I can talk about it, anything. So I'm happy that I found those people. And then just recently, I found out one of my neighbors, I knew his wife got it because she's a nurse, so of course she's forced to get it or lose her job. But I found out that he didn't get it, and I was really surprised. And he's a healer.
Okay.
He just took a class, whole big course from a New Zealand healer that taught him how to detox people from the poisons in that vaccine. So that was really great
Interesting.
that he's doing that. I may have a session with him, just,
Yeah.
have a session with him. Because living with somebody, I definitely know I got the virus shedding.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that because he doesn't have good hygiene, and he coughs. He's better now, but he coughs all the time ever since he got number 1. And
Oh,
yeah, and he doesn't cover his mouth, and I kept having to, please, will you cover your mouth?
oh, he
So-
doesn't cover his mouth?
He's got very bad hygiene.
I
So,
guess.
I know. Or sneezing, put your.
Yeah.
So, he's been better. But his 2 things are, since every time he got them, and he got 3, the 2 first and then the booster, and he'll probably get another booster. But anyway, so he's coughing all the time, and then he can barely walk. Now he has to use a walker. Ever since he got the booster, he has to use a walker.
Oh, wow.
And I keep telling him, you've got to get the toxins out, but he never
Yeah.
believes me. This is really funny. So I told him about this guy, our neighbor, that could do a session on him and get the toxins out. He probably won't do it. He's afraid it's going to take the vaccine out, what the vaccine does.
Right.
He's afraid of that.
Right.
And I said, no, it's not going to happen. He's not going to get that out. He's afraid the vaccine won't work anymore if he has this guy do a healing on him. It's not going to happen.
Interesting.
I know. So he's got a lot of weird ideas.
Well, again, it's what is working with what works for other people.
Well, he doesn't believe me. Every time he got an implant or a root canal, his walking went down. And now he's getting all this mercury and aluminum, which is affecting his brain, his nervous system, and his walking. But he just doesn't believe me
Yeah.
that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So I just kind of let him do his own thing, and I do my own thing.
But and I think that's what all of us really want, is just to be able to do our own thing.
I think so too. I think so. That's working a lot better since I just stay in my own boat.
Yep.
Don't get in other people's boats. I love that.
Well, and I'm just supportive for everybody else with what it is that they feel is best for them. You know, I'm not gonna push what I believe on anybody else.
Yeah.
So I support them with wherever they're at. Because that's what works for them. And,
Right.
and that's what's most important.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's totally okay if somebody wants to get one.
If that's
Or-
what, yeah, if after. their
But
research-
don't force me to do it. That's what-
Right,
that's
because with
what-
my research,
Okay.
this is what's best for me. But like Judy was saying, she knows her body and she knows that's what's best for her.
Right.
And I totally respect that because I know
yeah,
she does her research.
Yep.
I took a little bit of this soup. Those turnip greens are phenomenal.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got good ones.
Yeah.
Because when you get good ones, it just makes all the difference.
Well, they were only 99 cents a bunch.
For
Which was like-
organic,
Yeah. And so I bought 2 of them. So now I get to make another batch of soup later in the week and I'm all set.
wow.
But I think it's because around here, nobody knows what turnip greens are.
Right. Well, I can really only get them at farmer's market because they don't have them at this little store. They have
Mm.
turnips, but the greens are cut off.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe they'll get them again. Yeah,
How
maybe
could people in farming country not know, Lynn, what turnip greens are?
Because they grow corn and soybeans, you know.
Even
no
so, doesn't
disre-
everybody have a garden?
Respect to them, but it's no disrespect to them, but I would not say just because you're a farmer, you're into health.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
no,
they use a lot of pesticides.
Yeah, they
But I would
definitely,
expect them to be up on turnip greens and mustard greens and stuff like that there.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. I know. And I try to teach classes, but it is what it is, I guess.
Right. The people that want to know the information will come to you.
Yep. And that's why I'm doing some of these vendor and craft shows. I'm just having conversations with people and I've had a few people who stopped and we had really good conversations.
That's so good.
Yeah. Makes me feel not alone.
Yeah.
That's part of why I started doing them. I didn't want to assume that people around here weren't into this.
Yeah, that because you never know when you're gonna find somebody who's interested or
Yep.
is interested. I
Yep.
felt the same way living in this community, but I keep meeting people that are interested.
Yep.
They don't want to be cooking it, but they're still interested.
Yep. I've talked to a couple of chiropractors who kind of put themselves in the camp of functional medicine to let them know I'm around, but they don't seem interested in collaborating. I'm assuming because I don't want to work for them. I would, I'm just there if they want to refer somebody to me.
Right.
And that would
and
take away from them.
You know what else is you want to keep on connecting with them because you never know when they'll.
Right, exactly. I keep that open, but it's
Yeah.
interesting. And I'm just grateful that they're there. There is some type of an option for people. I'm gonna check on my chicken in the oven here for a moment.
Oh, I don't know, maybe start people out a little easier. Don't start them out with interesting ingredients that they're not going to be familiar with.
Right.
Started with Dr. Marie, Rita Marie's stuff. I'm like, what do I eat? Yeah, here's all these vegetables, but what the heck is a cordyceps? And
Oh, right.
cashew butter. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't have whatever, but I can make cashew butter. Yeah, right. I can't even find raw cashews anywhere here.
Well, and they're so expensive. You know, sunflower butter is cheaper than almond butter.
Yeah, I've been getting my cashews through Equal Exchange and I like them because I did a lot of experimenting and research about,
So that's the name of it, Equal Exchange?
yeah, which one.
Okay.
Which ones have the least amount of parasites? That's what I was looking for.
Right.
They're not too expensive. And I normally use 3 cups for yogurt, but this I can just use 2 packages. That's 2 cups and I can make a quart out of that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's working.
So when I last went to Costco, they actually had raw cashews.
Oh, yeah. Costco has a
So
lot.
that was a good thing to find.
Yeah.
But so how would the ones at Costco fare in terms of your standards, Sandy?
I don't know. I never tried Costco.
Yeah, we don't have a Costco. I mean, again, that's 3 hours away from us. Sorry.
Yeah, but you can be a member and order online. Nick's
Oh,
daughter-
really?
Yeah.
But do you have
yeah.
to drive up there and pick it up?
No, they deliver it to
They
you.
deliver.
Oh,
You should check it out then.
yeah,
One of Nick's daughters a member, and so she orders things for us.
okay.
And you know what?
It's good for both.
We either get it that day or the next day. I mean, I can't believe how efficient
Wow.
they are.
Interesting.
They're good for
Well, I
both
was-
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna be a member, but now we don't have to.
Oh, and you don't have to be a member of Costco?
No, because Tammy gets it for us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She's a member, so
Yeah.
that's working out.
So I'm enjoying my tomatillo salsa here.
Oh, good.
Oh, are we gonna get to see a picture?
I'm sure.
Now, the only thing about Costco is that I can't.
Nice.
see what they have.
Now, what do you do with that?
They're beautiful.
You just like for like a chip dip? Oh, there you go.
Definitely a chip dip. But you could put it over fish or something, you know.
Nice. Okay. Or if you have a wrap, like if you make a burrito or something.
You could put it in there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've got chips.
Nice. Well, the thing is it's cheaper when you make it yourself too. So now you're set. You've got your tomatillo salsa and your Jerusalem salad there with the cucumbers and tomatoes and everything.
Yeah, I still have several cucumbers sitting over there, not sliced up, because the big English cucumber I was going to make, kind of make quick pickles with, it had gone bad. It was a little bit mushy.
Okay.
So I've got 3 of the little baby cucumbers that I used for the other stuff. I had
Okay.
plenty of those. So I'm gonna go slice them up and put them in some rice vinegar in a little bit.
Nice. And
I
you've got
decided
your
to take-
equipment out to do. Oh,
Yeah, well, I may just slice and not fool with the mandolin, or maybe I'll slice it real thin with the mandolin.
there you go. So how's that feel to have that all done?
Feels good.
Yeah.
And I'll eat healthier today because of that.
Perfect. And that's all that matters is today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, that's a big bowl
Well,
of
yeah.
the other stuff.
Yeah. But today you did this and that's what we're celebrating.
Yeah.
So how many days in a row can you two eat something like that soup or that chicken or your dips and stuff?
Well, I rotated and I'm obviously not the only one around here eating.
I just mean you personally.
Yeah, no, it's just a part of the meals for this week. You know, and I might,
No, I just mean like, say, let's just take the chicken, the
Mhm.
way it is, without making something else out of it. How many times consecutively? Can you eat it 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row?
you know, I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't eat it in a row. I would
Oh,
just eat it one day and then pick it apart and either refrigerate it or freeze it.
okay.
My husband likes to make sandwiches with the meat, so.
I
But
see.
yeah, I would have it like one day and then maybe a couple days later have it again.
Oh, okay.
Because I need to have diversity. I can't eat consecutively.
Me, I'll make a pot of soup or something and I'll work on it, you know, for dinner every day or something.
Okay,
I don't mind doing that.
well, I don't mind it.
it.
I don't mind it. It's just my digestion especially. It goes down, the efficiency goes down if I don't have enough diversity.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
usually do 2 or 3 days and then.
In a
my body-
row? In
Yeah,
a row?
yeah, I can, yeah. And then I want something else. I don't want it anymore.
Okay,
But sometimes I can do more, like right now, I just have some plain chicken, you know, and I'll do different things with it.
mm-hmm,
Chicken salad or wrap or, you
right,
know, or plain or chicken soup.
yep,
But then at a certain point, my body will say, I don't want that anymore. I don't want any more of that chicken.
yep, exactly.
So chips are just a vehicle to get lots of salsa.
There you go. I love it. And it's good and healthy for you.
Yeah,
And I love that we feel good when we do this. It's a, I'm not gonna say small and simple, but it's just one way that we can take care of ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
I find that we were talking about this, we were talking out of school while you were gone with phone call. That a chopper does not always do the best job of chopping the holes. of the tomatoes.
Okay, and
So,
that's the chopper.
yeah, that chopper.
Okay.
Your
I use
chop.
my chopper mainly for nuts. I do sometimes use it for onions. But I find anything that's softer, it doesn't do a great job at. But for the harder things, it does. I've used it on like cacao nibs and stuff.
On what?
Cacao nibs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I used it on everything rather than pull out anything else today, but you know, it had a hard time with tomato skins and tomato
Right.
skins. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even bother with it with the
Cilantro.
cilantro. I just shredded that up with my fingers.
Oh, nice. Okay. Because I will often just take my knife and kind of mince it.
I'm making a mess.
It's a joyful mess.
Yeah.
That's good.
So what else can we do on your end? We've been there a while.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just waiting for my chicken in the oven to finish roasting. And then I'll store it up and put it away. I didn't realize my husband was driving up to the Twin City area to see his mom. That's a couple hours away, 2.5 hours away. So I'll put that away and
He won't be back for dinner?
Oh, no, he left. That's why that's why I was talking to my son, because I thought he was driving my son to work. And my son works in the opposite direction. So my daughter came and picked him up. He was gonna be about 15 minutes late or so, but he just called and told them. Anyway, so I'll just, pack it up and put it in the refrigerator, and that way he'll have something to eat.
Yeah. That's so nice. I just love that. I am definitely a person that if it's not ready, if I have to make it for dinner, a lot of times most times.
It doesn't happen, exactly.
Something happens, something. So grab and go, it's already in there. I just love that. That's my
Yep.
favorite thing.
Yep, I think that's why he likes these classes that I do here, because then he knows that he's gonna have some of that good stuff.
Oh, that's great. That's really great. Well, Nick is very appreciative of all the food I put together.
So what are you making there, Sandy? Is that anything that we can see?
I am right now, I got my mushrooms cooking for the meatballs, but right now I'm making this thing called vegan spinach ricotta. I've made it before, it's good. And it's got, I'm gonna use my cashew yogurt, garlic, nutritional yeast, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, salt. It's got tofu in it. I've been eating tofu lately, but now I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna do this because I already had the tofu.
Oh,
It's got spinach and basil. It's very
nice.
good. Yeah, it's very, very good. I just love all these kind of dip things,
Yeah,
pâtés and dips and pestos.
yep. If you have those around, you can pretty much make anything.
Yeah, you can put do all kinds of things with it.
Yep.
Teaspoon of salt. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting it all in the food processor and I'm going to blend it up.
Yay.
This is great that I can be doing this while we're chatting.
That's what makes it fun. That's why I tell people sometimes when they're not making food, we can get together and I can be there to watch them, help them out with any questions,
Yeah,
that type of thing.
yeah, people only knew how much fun it was.
Well, it just, like you said, it makes it that much easier.
I don't have any problems in doing it myself. I'm very motivated that way.
Yeah.
My situation is the opposite, which now that I'm feeling better, I have to really watch it, not to do too many things in one day or too many complicated things at once. So I'm working on that.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Because our culture is kind of bred that we have to push ourselves and do as much as we can as possible. And so the admonition to slow down is an important one.
Yeah, that's one I'm really working on.
Well, you're doing a great job and you're a good role model.
Well, thank you very much. You're always so supportive. So after we hang up, I'm gonna blend all this up. And I was telling Judy that this morning I made a tzatziki.
Oh, yum.
For Nick, I call it the Armenian word jajuk, or maybe that's Turkish. Jajuk.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the Armenian? I think it is.
No.
Armenian.
No,
No?
but that's okay.
It's Turkish then.
Yes.
It's the Turkish word. Because,
Yes.
he's Armenian, but he grew up in Turkey. So
Yeah.
whenever I make something like, it has yogurt in it, he doesn't know it's my yogurt. Well, maybe he's figured it out. I don't know. But anyway, I just call it I usually don't call it tzatziki because if I call it jajuk, it's like something he really likes.
Oh,
So that works.
Yeah.
That works.
Well, I feel like this has been a successful time with us together. And
I'm really glad I got to tune in and be with you two.
yeah, and we accomplished something and we feel good and yeah. So either one of you, if you want to, you can take pictures and post it in the event page that what you made. I will do the same. And
I
that
think
can motivate and inspire other people.
the tomatillo salsa is much diminished.
That's
Well,
okay. That's
been
that's
looking at
even
it. I
that's
don't know
even a
that I-
better time to do it, to show that it was that tasty.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was hungry.
So you're talking about on your Sage Wisdom site.
On the event page for this course.
Oh,
And I may tag you. I may make a post and tag you too. So then you'll see, because in your notifications, your Facebook notifications, you'll
Okay.
see where I tagged you, and then you can see that's where to
put it.
put it.
Okay, so it's in Feeding Your Soul.
Feeding your health. It's in the Sage Wisdom. It's in the Sage Wisdom group, but it's an event.
Okay, I know we went through this before, but I don't know if I ever did it that way. But if you send.
I
me a
think you
link-
did. I think you did, but I'll tag you anyway.
You
So
send
you
a
can.
link, yeah, you send a link and I'll send you some pictures of some of the things I've done.
Okay, I love it. All right. Well, if I don't talk with either one of you before, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'm really grateful for you two.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
so
well,
grateful for you, both of you.
yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that to you. And
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
sure we'll talk.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Bye.
Bye.
for now.
Bye.
Oops.
Mm.
Here we go.